Hello, I'm Coach Frank Allocco, and today I'd like to speak to you about treasuring your time. Each year, several of my family members and friends meet at the University of Notre Dame to begin a special football weekend of reflection and rejuvenation. This trip began 3 decades ago with my father and brothers Jerry and Michael inviting family and friends from New Jersey, while my brother Richard and I invite ours from California. Beyond its original purpose of being a connector for all of us, this journey has evolved into a most sacred event filled with many special traditions. One of the most important rituals on this trip is the first one, where we assemble at the grotto upon our arrival on Thursday night. It is there that we all light our candles and pray for our own special intentions. We then move to the front of the grotto and we huddle by the Dr. Tom Dooley statue, where my brother Jerry has the honor of reading Dr. Dooley's amazing letter to Father Hesburgh. Dr. Tom Dooley was a former Notre Dame student who created medical clinics and trained doctors in Southeast Asia before he was stricken with terminal cancer. As his illness intensified, his overwhelming love for his alma mater and his desire to visit it just one more time led him to write to the president of the university. In this letter, he stated, "Whenever my cancer acts up, and it is certainly acting up now, I turn inward a bit." He mentioned how much he longed for the grotto and described how there must be snow everywhere, and the lake is ice glass, and that triangular fountain on the left is frozen solid, and all the priests are bundled in their too large, too long black coats, and the students wear snow boots. His sentiment continues with, "If I could go to the grotto now, then I think I could sing inside. I could be full of faith and poetry and loveliness and know more beauty, tenderness, and compassion." He acknowledges that his many hospitals around the world, 94 doctors, and fundraising now seemed irrelevant as he thought of one divine doctor and wondered if his own personal fund of grace was enough. As I heard those words on our recent visit, I thought of how this journey to campus always takes us on an insightful ride, challenging us to look inward, to reassess and evaluate our purpose. Our reflective tour continues with a stop to read Father Soren's mounted letter overlooking St. Mary's Lake. I always think of the faith and vision of a man that saw this snowy wilderness, but predicted that Notre Dame would become one of the most powerful means of doing good. Words that still resonate within the Notre Dame extended family, challenging us to live this mission in our day-to-day lives. Less than a football pass away from Soren's letter stands the log cabin church, a replica of the one built by Father Stephen Baden, the first priest ordained in the United States. It was in this tiny one-room sanctuary that I was married, a union that would produce a daughter and son and 5 wonderful grandchildren. On Friday, we ventured to the Basilica of the Sacred Heart, and we entered through the side entrance beneath the words God, country, and Notre Dame. And as I walk down the aisle of this incredible structure, I am always in awe of the beauty, the colorful, inspiring artwork of 44 stained glass windows and murals completed over a 17-year period by the Vatican painter Luigi Gregori. Our traditions continue with an afternoon visit to the Golden Dome, where we listen to the playing of the trumpets, and then a return visit at midnight for the band's drum rehearsal. Evening events see solemn walks to the resting places of Father Hesburgh, Coach Ara Parsegan, and then a respectful drive to Highland Cemetery, where our group joins together in prayer and song as we sing the alma mater and the Notre Dame fight song at the grave of Newt Rockne. So many incredible experiences on a trip that never fails to stir the soul and challenge each of us to strive to be more. Toward the end of this year's trip, I sat on the porch in front of the Golden Dome with Mike Cowan, my college roommate. We watched the hustle and bustle of the campus in the midst of this football weekend. We saw students weaving their way to classes, alumni passing by us as they climbed the steps of the administration building, and families walking through the doors to the Sacred Heart Basilica. As we shared our memories, we lost ourselves in our reflection, the autumn beauty and the colors of Notre Dame. I thought back to Dr. Dooley's letter and the question he asked: do the students ever appreciate what they have while they have it? Mike and I lamented the time we wasted in our eagerness and haste to graduate and move on. I thought of my time and how it was spent worrying about playing time, working to get good grades, and neglecting the many experiences that were all around me, countless unique opportunities that I lost in my youth and immaturity. As a man who has been gone from Notre Dame for 45 years, I now understand, appreciate, and treasure my time at this special place. And I know that the influence it has had on my life has only grown with the passage of time. The missed opportunities merely serve as another reminder and challenge to value what we have as we cherish the experiences, the successes, the failures, and the many lessons learned from them. Dr. Tom Dooley closed his letter detailing how the grotto is the rock to which his life is anchored. I hope that you will look back to your own special place, the rock that is the anchor to your core beliefs, a time and place that will always connect you to your past and challenge you to a brighter future. Keep listening, keep learning, and strive to be your best. And remember, excellence doesn't take days off.